Welcome to the Fantasy Football Show on Sikkim 365 Radio, presented by Brotherwell Brewing.
It's Gronkowski back again.
Here's Paul Catalina, Steve May, and Grayson Grundhaver.
Welcome into the Fantasy Football Show, brought to you by Brotherwell Brewing here on 365 Sports NFL channel. Please like and subscribe, and I'm going to say this across all of our channels this week. If you don't, you're not a patriot. So for America.
Where's Lee Greenwood when you need him?
I don't know. I tried to book him. He's usually an easy get.
Oh, he's always available.
He's usually an easy get, but another Fantasy Football Show with the same theme. Got him before I did. So we're out. Paul Catalina, Steve May, Grayson Grundhafer in the Austin Bureau. This is the first time in a couple weeks we've been all back together.
Yes.
We'll start off with kind of a roundup. I went 3-0 last week, and in Steve and I's league, I got to tell you, I've never laughed so hard. I was convinced I was going to lose the game. I only had 73 points. I won 73-69. Like, I'm going to lose. He's got Taylor Heineke, and he had, I'll tell you who else he had. Two players on the Monday night game. He had Taylor Heineke, and he had, it was Nick Chubb on the Sunday night game, and neither of them really did all that well. And Taylor Heineke should have had a touchdown pass at the end of the game, but it got called back.
Yep.
And miraculously, that's how I won the game. So I will cross my fingers and count my lucky stars that I'm still in contention in that league because of video replay. Steve, how'd you do this week?
In our league, I won again somehow. The scoring has been really down in our league. I didn't even crack 90 points again, I think, for like the third week in a row. And I won. I'm on like a 7-game winning streak. I'm 10-2. I clinched a playoff spot, so that's great. So in the 9 leagues, I think I'm going to make the playoffs in 5 of them. But here's the flip side of that Washington-Seattle game. So in the other main league I'm in with Jarrett from Bowling for Soup, I got to pretty much win out to make the playoffs. And I was playing him, actually. And I had he was done at 150 points. I had one player, Antonio Gibson, left. So he starts doing well, catching up. It gets to 150 to 148. And they scored that Washington, we think, scores that touchdown. Their kicker's hurt, so they're going to go for 2. Rivera's already calling 2. So I'm thinking, here's my 2 points. And if I would have got that, I would have won on the tiebreaker in that league. And then they wave it off, and he doesn't even get the chance. But that's just the breaks there. So,
Grayson, how was your week?
Yeah, I had an okay week. My league that I probably care about the most, I got the injury bug. Again, it's just been a bad year for injuries on that team with Hopkins, Edmonds, Christian McCaffrey, Jerry Jeudy, Raheem Mostert. I mean, it's just been a nightmare. I'm in second place. I had won 5 in a row. I turned it around when CMC came back. And then he got hurt again, and now he's done for the year. So that wasn't fun. But y'all mentioned that Washington play, and I was impacted by it too. I'm in a dynasty league that has IDP players, and Jamal Adams is the one that broke up that pass to Logan Thomas. And the guy was playing had Taylor Heineke. So I think it's 2 points for the pass break, and it would have been 4 points for the passing touchdown. And I think I won by 5. So, I mean, just crazy thing happened on that play because I got the pass breakup and he didn't get the touchdown. So lucky in that league.
That's nutty.
Yeah, there we go. Hayden, how'd it go, buddy?
It was rough. I got smoked. I played against Leonard Fournette. He went off.
Oh, man.
DeAndre Swift got hurt. Mike Evans, horrible game.
Yep.
Saquon did nothing. No, really no bright spots at all on my team. So
I missed the first part of that Tampa Bay Colts game, and I wasn't following. I was running around doing things. The Cowboys aren't on, so that's kind of errand day, you know, when that happens, because my legit out is like the Cowboys are on at this time. I've got to watch it. I do a Cowboys podcast. I got to watch the whole game, you know. And so, but I turned it on, and it was a high offensive game, and I've got Michael Pittman Jr., and I've got Mike Evans, and I'm like, oh, my God. I got Chris Godwin in a league. I got Brady. I'm like, man, I have Fournette in another league, and the Fournette league was the only one that was hitting.
Yeah.
And Brady was okay. It was fine. I mean, as far as, you know, as an average day as Brady has, he got me enough points to where I was comfortable. But at the end of it, I was like, well, this is just a big ripoff here. Like, I've got all these people in this game that should be one of those lighted up games, and it wasn't. So, yeah, Mike Evans.
Sad game, guys.
Yeah.
Sad game for a Colts fan.
That was tough. But, Grayson, look, you've got to feel good as a Colts fan about the future. The Carson Wentz thing has worked out beautifully.
Yeah, he is pretty good. I mean, he's better than what they've had. I mean, guys, it's been 3 years, 3 different quarterbacks with Luck, Brissett, Phillip Rivers, and now him. It just stinks because they've been in so many close games against really good teams and haven't been able to close some of them out. But if they beat Houston this week and then go into their bye week 7-6, I'll be feeling okay after the 1-4 start.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this. Oh, by the way, we're brought to you by Brotherwell Brewing. Thank you for the reminder, Steve.
Yes. Sitting there staring at me. I got to.
Yeah.
Grayson, have you watched the Hard Knocks with the Colts, the end season?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's a piece of art. I texted my buddies after the Buffalo game and was like, guys, I'm about to be the happiest man on earth because I get to watch the behind the scenes of this 5-touchdown performance for Jonathan Taylor and just this total beating. And obviously Frank Reich was a quarterback there. I mean, just all kinds of great storylines. It was a great episode this week. Excited for the one against Tampa this upcoming week.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, thanks to Brotherwell Brewing.
Yes.
I neglected that. One of the things, Steve, you and I talked about last week that hit for me this week, in spite of the fact that they were playing a very good defense, was Deontay Foreman got me 100 yards. And no touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he got me 100 yards. And in a week where I needed somebody to step in because I had some bye weeks, it was an okay filler. And it got me the points that he got were essentially the difference in my win. So.
And their other running back got 100 yards too.
Yeah. Dontrell Hilliard.
Yeah, I picked him up at the last minute, put him into my lineup, and he had a 75-yard touchdown or something, and did well. So that, I think, just getting right into it, I think that's going to be a running back by committee. You see the Seahawks signed Adrian Peterson?
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Jeez.
They have between their practice squad and roster, I believe they have 10 running backs.
Wow.
Because they have so many injuries at that position. Of course, Chris Carson's not there.
There are no Seattle Seahawks that are worth playing every week. Even the receivers right now, they're playing so bad. Obviously,
except Lockett.
Yeah, you're going to plug them in there, but man, what a frustrating year for them. And I ended up with Wilson, usually as my quarterback 2 on about 3 of my teams, and I haven't used him hardly at all.
Yeah. So it was kind of an interesting week. And again, we can get into this discussion. I'm kind of curious because we talked about it last week when you weren't here. But the Titans now are kind of a mess. Like with A.J. Brown on IR, you're not going to play Tannehill without any big receiving targets. Julio Jones on IR. What do you do with the Titans, Grayson? You kind of just have to plug and play as needed if you're in a pinch.
Yeah, as a Colts fan, I love to see it. But, yeah, I will tell you, I mean, if you look at kind of their season and kind of the trajectory, they're going to be a team that's relying on the run game and relying on their defense to win games. And that's not great for A.J. Brown. That's not great for Julio Jones whenever he comes back. But, yeah, in the running back committee, guys, so you mentioned Hilliard and, of course, Foreman. The problem is McNichols will be back after the bye week, so it's going to be even cloudier. He's clearly been their third down back all year. So, yeah, really weird situation in Tennessee. I don't really trust any of them except for A.J. Brown, and even right now it's hard with him.
But the receiver, it's a hyphenated name, Westbrook.
Akina Westbrook.
Yeah. He 2 weeks now. He's been a target machine, and I plugged him into a lineup. I had him in DFS, which worked out good on one of my lineups, and I had him in season long, and he got double-digit points. So it's a tough situation if you're a fan of them, obviously, but then trying to pick which one's going to go off. But how long is A.J. Brown out for? Is it going to be at least 3 weeks? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he's on – is he on IR?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So
he
at least
is
3 weeks.
Okay. So
at least 3 weeks. And again, one of their weeks is this week. It's the bye. So but it is something to consider for the future because it's not just going to get magically better. Derrick Henry's not going to come out of the bye and be like, "Oh, I'm fine now."
Yeah.
And Julio's got another week, right?
Yeah.
After the bye, maybe.
Yeah. So it's going to be tough. And even then, Julio's not been any great shakes when he's been in the game.
No.
All right, we'll take a break right here. When we come back, start 'em, sit 'em. And then, of course, our showdown, Captain League. And We'll try to help Hayden however we can this week. I don't know. It's getting bad. There's water coming in the boat for Hayden, and he's bailing as fast as he can, but I don't know. He's a sinking ship. We got to help him. This is the Fantasy Football Show, brought to you by Brotherwell Brewing. Life is back on, sports bettors, and BetUS has your NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, UFC, PGA, and yes, NFL betting lines up for their 27th year and live betting on all of it. Log into BetUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BETUS. BetUS for 125% bonuses with promo code SICK'EM125. Customer service pros are ready to get your phone, social, and online sports betting kickoff started now. Play with the proven mainstay in the industry. BetUS. You bet, you win, you get paid. BetUS.com. Use promo code SICK'EM125.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like First Free Checking, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back into the Fantasy Football Show here on 365 Sports NFL channel. Please like and subscribe. And thanks to Brotherwell Brewing. This is the Act of Faith. This is the Bridge Street Wit.
Yep. Act of Faith is very delicious.
Yes.
If you like the Belgian-style triple, which is what it is.
Yes. Triple the goodness.
Yep. And double the alcohol content.
Exactly. Which makes the name sound weird. All right, guys, let's jump into some stardom, sit-em this week. Grayson, you were out last week, so we'll let you start.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to start with kind of a sneaky start this week, and I'm going to probably try to play him in some of my DFS lineups as well. That's Taysom Hill, on Thursday night. And we're going to talk about him, I think, probably when we do our Thursday night showdown. But I think he's got a pretty good matchup this week against the Cowboys. And I also think, they're kind of banged up. I think they're going to rely on his running ability quite a bit this week. So I really like Taysom Hill this week as a play, especially on Thursday night, of course. I also really like Joe Burrow against the Chargers. The Bengals have kind of been up and down this year. Their offense has runs where they're just running the ball a ton and he gets no points, but then they also have games where he's thrown for a bunch of yards and scored touchdowns. So I like him this week in what should be a shootout. And then also Kirk Cousins against Detroit for obvious reasons. That's going to be a pretty good play. My sits, I don't like Taylor Heineke this week against the Raiders. And I was going to say Daniel Jones, but he has been ruled out. I don't believe he's playing this week. So whoever the quarterback is in New York, I don't even know who that is.
Mike the Neck Glennon.
Stay far away from Mike Glennon this week.
Yeah. By the way, Mike Glennon is a very interesting story in that he ran Russell Wilson. He and his parents essentially convinced the coach at NC State that Russell Wilson playing baseball in the summer was detrimental to the overall team. And Tom O'Brien ran Russell Wilson right out the door into the grad transfer portal into Wisconsin. Yeah. And then Mike Glennon and his family ran Tom O'Brien right out the door in unemployment. I will never forget about Mike Glennon. That's just the weirdest story ever. And that Tom O'Brien looked at Mike Glennon and looked at Russell Wilson and went, yeah, I'll rather have this guy. I'd rather the guy that looks like a damn turkey.
Yeah.
So, no. All right,
crazy.
Steve, your quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks I like this week I like Matthew Stafford. They're playing Jacksonville. Stafford's been a little up and down the last few weeks, but I think he bounces back nicely in this one. The Miami-New York Giants game, the over-under is only 40.5. In fact, on the whole slate of NFL games, there's only two games that are slated at 50 points or higher. That's the Tampa-Atlanta game and then the Cincinnati LA Chargers game. But Tua against the Giants, I do like that matchup. And I also like where'd he go? I do like Taysom Hill, even though that's a Thursday night for season long. I think that could be a sneaky play. I'm going to avoid Russell Wilson. We already talked about him on my rankings. I got him down in like the 13, 14, 15 range of quarterbacks for this week. They're playing San Francisco. I think that'll be a tough matchup. Also not a huge fan of where'd he go? Derek Carr. The Washington defense is solid. I think that's going to be a tough matchup for him. I also want to throw in there someone else I do like. I do like Carson Wentz this week against Houston. I think that could be a good matchup for the Colts.
Yeah, and of course Grayson loves Carson Wentz. He's a big Carson Wentz. He's going to buy a jersey.
He probably already has one.
No, Jonathan Taylor jersey's coming this Christmas.
Oh, okay, all right, all right.
Well, don't get it confused. Yeah.
All right, let's go running back, Steve.
Running backs I like this week are I like Madison. He's going to be playing for the Vikings with Dalvin Cook.
I'm a Madison owner, yes.
Yes, so I think we've gotten to the point now where you can almost always count on Madison is going to be playing at some point every year, so he needs to be drafted each year. And now in Carolina, whatever they end up doing, McCaffrey is – now we're 2 years in where those McCaffrey owners are they're sad.
There's some talk about him moving to wide receiver full time.
Yeah,
because he clearly can't take the pounding as a running back.
Yep. So I like Madison. I like Fournette again. Tampa's playing Atlanta. That should be a good game for Tampa all the way around. It is one of the higher over-unders at 50 points, so Fournette should have a decent game there. I also like Darrell Henderson. He's a little bit banged up. The Rams going against Jacksonville. My prediction would be that they get up early in that game and then end up running it. So Henderson, maybe a little Sony Michel might be a sneaky play there as well, maybe in some DFS lineups. I'm going to avoid Najee Harris this week. He was on a hot streak. Last couple of games hasn't been as much. They're playing Baltimore.
That game they played against Cincinnati was
horrible. So, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but season long you're going to play him. DFS, you can probably find some better options there. So I would avoid him. And the Detroit running back situation, Swift is going to be out. Jamal Williams would likely be the one there, but I think they're going to do a running back by committee. So let other people take a chance on Jamal Williams, and I would go in a different direction.
All right. Grayson, what do you got?
Perfect. I'm glad Steve mentioned my boy Williams this week because 54 on DFS, I am definitely going to be playing Jamal Williams this week. The guy 12 touches week when he and Swift are both healthy in the run game, and now his receiving game just expands for sure. I think Jamal Williams is going to be a very nice play against a very porous Minnesota Vikings run defense. They're 22nd in giving up points to the running back position. I think Jamal Williams is going to have a really good week. You mentioned Alexander Madison. I really like him this week. I think, again, the Vikings are going to be able to run the football really well, and they've shown that they trust Madison to handle a very large workload for them. I also really like Cordaro Patterson. This guy's been amazing all year. I think probably 2 weeks ago, we probably all said, okay, this guy's a top 10 running back rest of season. It just is what it is. And now he's taking on a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team who gives up a lot of points to pass-catching running backs, and that's exactly what Cordaro Patterson is. He's $7,000 on DFS, so I really like him. And also I love Elijah Mitchell. I think if there's one guy that I would tell people, go trade for right now, find a way to trade for him. You probably missed out on your window because he had his huge week last week. This guy has a great schedule rest of season, so I really like him. He's only $6,000 on DFS. My sits this week, I don't love Damian Harris or Ramondre Stevenson against the Bills. I just think that's a really tough matchup for running backs outside of when Jonathan Taylor played them. The Bills have been great against running backs. And I also don't like Josh Jacobs against the Washington football team. They're not a great defense, but it's more so against the pass than it is against the run. So I would try to stay away from Jacobs if possible.
In the league, I have Josh Jacobs in. I've not been able to stay away from him all year. Sometimes it's been good. Sometimes it's been bad. But because of my injury situation, it's just he winds up in there. I would really like DeAndre Hopkins to be back. That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would really be nice if he would do me a favor and fix his hamstring. Just do it. One of the best wide receivers in the league. Just fix your hip. Fix it. Fix it. All right, Grayson, go ahead with your wide receivers.
Okay, at the wide receiver position, I'm really, really excited about this one. I think he's going to be in all my DFS lineups, so y'all can't take him this week. But I really like Hunter Renfrow against the Washington football team. I don't think Darren Waller is going to play. He's only 5,800, which is pretty cheap. He's just been a target machine, and I think that continues this week. I expect him to have a really nice week. I also really like Brandon Cooks against the Colts. I know he's listed as questionable, but if he plays, I think Houston's going to be down in that game. They're going to have to throw the football, and Brandon Cooks has been kind of their steady option. Another guy I really like, so I mentioned the Cincinnati versus Chargers game is a shootout. I think that bodes really, really well for Mike Williams, who's only 5,700 in DFS. And the thing of it is with Mike Williams, you throw him in your lineup, and the dude could go for 35 points and win you a week. He has done that in past weeks, so I really like him this week. And I also really like DeAndre Hopkins, who Paul just mentioned. If he plays this week, I think I'm expecting good things because I think they took their time with his injury before throwing him out there. As far as sits go, I don't want any of the Giants wide receivers against that Miami defense. That is just a scary, scary proposition. I don't like DK Metcalf. Again, he has been the one most affected by Russell Wilson's injury and not playing. So I would try to stay away from him. I know that's not always realistic, and he's 6,700, so I would try to steer clear.
All right, Steve, you got?
All right. I like Jalen Waddle. Miami going up against the Giants. I think he's been on a hot streak, and I think him and Tua have a good connection there, so I like Waddle. Also like Brandon Ayuk. I think Debo is out, or he's doubtful, right? Is that his situation?
Yeah,
he's out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So Ayuk, I think, would be a nice play there. Also like Michael Pittman. He's the go-to guy for the Colts. So those three I would definitely try to get into your lineups as much as possible. I'm going to avoid kind of going along with what Grayson said. I think this is a Mike Williams game, so Keenan Allen will suffer a little bit from that. So especially in DFS, if you have a better option, they're definitely because Williams is going to be cheaper than Allen in the DFS lineups. And then Devontae Smith, man, he was rolling, and then this last week was a stinker. They're going up against the Jets. The Jets don't play horrible defense. It's just their offense that's horrible. So I think that might be another tough matchup there. It could be just a lot of running with Hurts in that game.
All right. Anything interesting on tight ends?
Oh, let's see. Let me pull up my rankings here. Let's see. I like Pitts with Atlanta going up against Tampa. I think that could be kind of the main safety valve for Matt Ryan. So I do like Pitts in that matchup. Also like I just like all the Rams pretty much against Jacksonville. So Tyler Higbee I think is a good play.
Yeah. Anything on tight ends, Grayson?
Yeah, I got a top secret option right here, especially in DFS, a guy that I think you need to play, and it goes in line with the fact that Waller's not playing. Foster Moreau, $2,700 in DFS. That is a guy that will save you money and be a starting tight end and probably give you double-digit points. I think he's going to be in all my lineups because if I can get him for $2,700 and save $3,000 on the position, that's pretty good. So I like him this week. And I also, I kind of like Dallas Goedert as well, taking on the Jets. I think that he'll find the end zone this week with Jalen Hurts, assuming Jalen Hurts plays.
So is Waller definitely out?
He's week to week, so
Okay.
I can't imagine him playing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be shocking if he played, I think, this week.
All right, we'll take a break right here. When we come back, we try to fix Hayden's lineup, and then we'll also draft New Orleans versus Dallas for our Thursday night Showdown Captain League. This is the Fantasy Football Show on 365 Sports, brought to you by Brotherwell Brewing.
Life is back on, sports bettors, and BetUS has your NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, UFC, PGA, and yes, NFL betting lines up for their 27th year and live betting on all of it. Log into BetUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BETUS. BetUS for 125% bonuses with promo code SICK'EM125. Customer service pros are ready to get your phone, social, and online sports betting kickoff started now. Play with the proven mainstay in the industry, BetUS. You bet, you win, you get paid. BetUS.com. Use promo code SICK'EM125.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like First Free Checking, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back into the Fantasy Football Show here on 365 Sports, brought to you by Brotherwell Brewing. Paul Catalina, Steve May, Grayson Grudenhafer, and Hayden Bumpus. And guys, it's that time of the week where we try and help Hayden's fantasy football team.
I just don't even know what to do anymore.
I need kind of a reset here. So what's your record? What place are you in? How many teams make the playoffs in your league?
I've now lost 6 in a row.
Oh, dear God.
I'm 5-7.
Okay.
I'm in 7th place. 8 makes playoffs.
Oh, how many are in your league? 12?
12, yeah. Good. So I'm
8 make it?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I'm in a good spot to make the playoffs, but I can't win a game. And if I go to the playoffs, it won't matter if I can't win a game.
Who do you have? Do you have anybody on a bye this week?
Yeah, I have. So I picked up Darnell Mooney.
That's good. Oh,
and I think that's a great pickup.
Yep.
And then I have a flex open, and I have J.D. McKissick playing right now at running back for DeAndre Swift because I just don't know who else to play.
Yeah,
there's Tevin Coleman.
He's questionable, but I think he'll probably play. So
is Madison available?
I put in a waiver for him, but the first guy.
What about Jamal Williams?
No, he's on someone's bench, and I offered a trade up for him, but no one's looked at any of the trades I've offered, which is unfortunate.
It's just rude.
So rude.
So, and then I have Sterling Shepard in my flex right now. I don't want to play him. I've got Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
I can play Dallas Goedert in a flex with T.J. Hawkinson.
That's not horrible. That's not horrible.
Allen Robinson.
No.
He's just been garbage.
He's got to be one of the top 5 busts this year. Yep.
Awful.
Yeah.
I played him 2 games, I think.
Yeah. I would go with Goddard, guys.
Well, who's available on waivers?
On waivers, there is Corey Davis, who I recently dropped.
Yeah.
Rex Burkhead is the top-rated running back, but I have no interest in him. Moreau is out there, the tight end you were just talking about, Grayson.
Yeah, but you already had Goddard.
More.
Goddard more, yeah.
Yeah, I think I do too. So, yeah, him at F-Flex I think would actually be a good play.
Who's
running backs.
Yeah, running backs.
To take over, it's J.D. McKissick or Tevin Coleman. Ramondre Stevenson is out there. I just don't know who's better.
I would have Stevenson on your bench just to have him.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I have a slot. I have
Bad
Sonny
matchup
Michel
this week.
Yeah.
on my bench.
No,
maybe
not to play him this week,
but to get him and stash him is fine.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I agree with these guys. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're at consensus.
For future, is Hubbard available?
He's not. I just looked.
You wouldn't be able to
What
play him
about
this week.
Abdullah?
Who is it?
Amir Abdullah.
Amir Abdullah.
Let's see. He is available.
Okay. I wouldn't pick him up till after the bye, but I can tell you guys, Hubbard's playoff schedule is Buccaneers, Saints, Buccaneers. That tells me pass catching running back all day for the playoffs. That's just my thought process on it.
So next week.
Yeah, but Ramondre Stevenson now, I would.
If you got a spot.
I've got a spot, so
yeah, go ahead and do
I'll
that.
definitely pick him up. I just hope I can get some luck. I mean, my guys have been. I have a fine team. No one's.
6-game skid. That's tough, man.
It's awful.
5-1. You were 5-1.
Yeah.
You were dominating.
I was doing great.
Yeah.
I was the best team in the league.
Until we started helping him.
Yeah.
That might be true.
Oh, I mean, look, last year Armstrong won the league.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
It's not you guys. It's my player.
Who's your team defense for this week?
The Pats. They're number one defense.
That's okay.
Right
They're
now.
playing Buffalo, but that's still okay.
Yeah.
I just don't. They've been great all year, so I'm going to ride with them.
Yeah. Don't when you have one like that, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, and I think I said this, I'm going to scrap it in the league I'm commissioner in next year. I'm just because it's it's not worth it.
I've enjoyed the leagues where I don't have to worry about a defense this year.
Well, and the thing is that there was a time in football where it made sense. I don't think the rules have changed so much now that it's, you can have a great defense that scores you 0 points.
I'm guessing Mark Ingram isn't available.
Mark Ingram is available, I think.
Oh.
But do you think he'll fall into the end zone tomorrow?
He'll probably play the whole game. Yeah.
I would consider playing him. Would you play him over Goddard?
Yes,
though? That's
I would.
The only.
I would.
Or over McKissick? McKissick will get you a few catches.
Yeah, McKissick might not play, though.
If Kamara doesn't play, you need to have Ingram in your lineup somewhere.
Okay, I'll pick up him instead of Ramondre Stevenson's for now.
Yeah.
Next week he should still be there.
I can't believe he's available.
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
Yep.
All right, get him. All right.
I just won you the championship, sir.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I need it. I need any stroke of luck.
All right. Moving on to the Showdown Captain League. Grayson will have our first pick, New Orleans and Dallas. And since he was not here last week and we made no money, we were spectacularly average. Although I did like what we did. It just didn't work out. All right, so Grayson, you're first for the captain spot.
Well, gosh, guys, I mean,
I know.
Then I guess I'm just going to go with the guy we just talked about. I mean, at 7,500, we're going to put Mark Ingram at the captain spot. I mean, he'll fall into the end zone once. Yeah, let's go with him.
All right, Steve. That gives us, we're 42.5 right now.
I can't believe he's only 7,500 for the.
Crazy.
What is it? I don't think Kamara's playing. Do you?
He's questionable. And I think on a short week.
I think they rest him and then they get 10 full days.
Yeah.
Where they can, get him back. So, I think that's good. All right. Oh, man. Amari Cooper's back from COVID.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think he's going to play.
I think he's going to be there. I think he'll be out there. I don't think you can rely on him for much.
Okay. Then let's go CD Lamb.
Is he back? Lamb.
He'll be back.
He's back. He is back. Yes. Yep. All right. So, I'm not going to be stupid here. We're taking Dak Prescott.
Okay.
All right. Is this me again?
Yep.
You're doing Snake?
Yep.
All right. Then I'm taking Tony Pollard. And I'm taking Tony Pollard at 7,800. Gives us 12.9 on the last two picks because I think Zeke's going to be very limited in this game. He's going to play. He doesn't carry an injury designation, but he's going to be limited. So I'm taking Tony Pollard. All right, Steve.
How much is Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill is 9,600.
I think we need him.
Yeah, I'm taking him.
Okay. All right.
I'll try to find a budget.
3,300.
Okay.
The bargain box.
Yeah, the bargain. Here we go. Okay, who
Tight
do we got?
Or a kicker.
Yeah, we can't even afford the kicker. Oh man.
Do not take the Saints kicker. I'm so frustrated with Saints kickers right now. Yeah. It's outrageous.
All right, Ty Montgomery, Lil Jordan Humphrey.
I'm thinking Jawan Johnson.
I was about to say, how much is he?
1,400.
Dang. Okay.
We could fit him in there. It's just weird. He got no targets last week, but Troutman's out. It's him and Vanette.
Yeah.
Might as well take the shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's throw him in.
Yeah, I heard it from Matt Damon on a crypto commercial that fortune favors the brave. So if Matt Damon says it, it's true.
That's right.
All right, so our lineup, Mark Ingram, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, Taysom Hill, and Jawan Johnson. That's 3 and 3.
How much do we have left over?
We had like $1,100 left over.
Dang, okay.
So
those are all solid picks. We can justify each of them.
There we go.
We'll just have to, if for some reason Kamara does play, we might need to adjust that cap, but I don't know how much we could adjust it.
We'll see. We'll have the group text going.
Yeah.
When we find out. And hopefully they'll find out.
I don't think he'll play, though. I really don't.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Paul Catalina, Steve May, Hayden Bumpus, and, of course, Grayson Grudenhafer in the Austin Bureau. Thanks again to Brotherwell Brewing. Final sip. It's like a spring rain. Right there. And one day, Grayson will remember to take the beer that I get for him when he comes up here.
One day.
How often do you come up here?
Once a week.
Every week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up there. I'll be up there a couple times 2 weeks from now for signing day. So I'll be sure to grab them one of the days I come up.
You haven't played in our DraftKings league the last few weeks.
I know, guys. DraftKings is killing me right now. They're making me they're making me jump through all these hoops for. You got to provide, a pay stub and all this.
What?
And yeah, they're making me readjust things. I think it's because I moved. So it's weird.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know why they're making me do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's another topic.
Yeah. Another thing for another day. All right.
Weird.
That's going to do it for us. Have a great week, everybody. May you win in all your fantasy football leagues. And if you don't like and subscribe, may you lose in all your fantasy football leagues. Bottom line.
Rough.
Listen, I've got to take a tough stand.
All right. I'll back you up.
Yeah, thanks. Like the Jets and the Sharks up here.
That's right. Never seen that.
Yeah. Oh, you're not. I don't know if you're missing much. If you ever meet Rita Moreno, you'll have nothing to talk about.
Okay.
But that's going to do it for us again. Have a great week, everybody.